Good morning. How are you this morning, Mr. Lee?
I'm great, thank you. And yourself?
I am wonderfully blessed as always. Thank you so much. And so are you for creating this fantastic film, Bully.
Thank you.
Now, take us to the beginning, Mr. Lee. What attracted you to making the movie, and how did you choose, the principals of the film, like Kelba and Jamia and Alex?
Well, it's very personal. I was bullied in my childhood. It wasn't an easy time, to say the least. And, I think as a filmmaker, as a documentary filmmaker, you're at your best, I think, when you can find stories that you have a connection to. And so for me, this is something that I'd wanted to do for a long time, and finally got the courage to do it. It's a very personal film. It's not about me, but it really brought back so many of that landscape of memory for me was very intense. The youth in this film, they're really just remarkable young people who've gone through some really, really heinous, really tough bullying. We found them in very different ways. Kelby, we met because her mom had posted on Ellen DeGeneres' blog and was looking for help after she'd been run over by a minivan after she came out of the closet in her small town in Oklahoma. Jamia we learned about through the news, and Alex, who's really the heart and soul of this film, who we spend a whole year with, we met because we were actually embedded inside a school. And we saw him on the very first day of that school year and thought, probably he's one of those kids that gets bullied.
Correct, you're right. I mean, Alex really is the story that resonates the most for me. I mean, really, here's a kid who just wants to fit in.
Sure. Sure, like all of us can relate to that, right?
Yeah. Now take us quickly to the much publicized MPAA battle from R to now PG-13. So congratulations on that, by the way.
Victory. It was wonderful. This was like an incredible thing to be a part of, and it had so much less to do with me than the hundreds of thousands of Americans that raised their voice, the celebrities that lent their voice, the members of Congress. People were frustrated with the MPAA. It was like brought so plainly to the front by the fact that Hunger Games was released at the same time with a PG-13 where it's sort of this sexy slay fest where 20 teens are murdered. And that gets a PG-13, and a movie like Bully gets an R. So people raised their voices. I held my line on not cutting out this very important scene. And ultimately, the MPAA caved. And I think this was a wonderful thing for this movie. And it was a great fight. And it launched this movie for many people to be aware of it. And it's just been wonderful. I'm very, very, very proud that we are now PG-13, and so excited that we open today at the Palm d'Or in Palm Springs, and hope people get out and really support it its opening weekend.
Right, yeah, and what I like about the film really is its hopeful message near the end. Do you think, honestly, as a society, we can get over bullying?
Yes, actually, I do. I don't think that we're going to ever fully end bullying, but I think that in each small act of solidarity, of standing up for somebody, of going the extra mile if you're a parent or an educator, or as we see youth are organizing and coming out to see this film and coming up with strategies about how they can make a difference, all of that adds up. And it's not just us, it's Lady Gaga, there's lots of incredible initiatives, there's lots of things happening in the schools. I think this is a turning point moment, and I think this film can help advance and lift up that conversation.
Correct. Now, I salute you, Mr. Lee. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for making the
Manny,
film.
thank you. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for supporting this film.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you again. Bye.
Bye-bye.